How do you get people to like make that first step where they can maybe have that one day or that 1 hour where they're like, wow, I actually just took everything Dr. Joe said and I see a little bit of evidence. Maybe I can now take the next step and the next step.
Yeah.
Because again, the other day I was trapped in my own little anger cycle, and I've got all the knowledge in the world and some great experience with you, and I couldn't think my way out of it.
Yeah. If you can't think greater than how you feel, we've studied the brain scans of people who are thinking in a meditation within some disturbing emotion. And 100% of the time, Brian, they make their brain worse. They are driving it further into higher beta brainwave patterns because, first of all, the arousal of the stress hormones is causing you to become overly analytical, and analysis isn't going to do it. Even the insight from analysis isn't going to change it. And then secondly, the emotion is a record of the past, so you're thinking in the past. The solution is getting beyond it. So breaking that cycle is shortening the refractory period of those emotional reactions is the gift, right? And I don't care that you react. The question is, how long are you going to react, right? That's the fundamental question. So it's trial and error. It's trial and error. And if you get enough people beginning to figure out this formula, as an example, we have Bond University on the Gold Coast in Australia, the only privately funded university in all of Australia that is analyzing a lot of our brain research data. And the first thing the researcher said to me was, we have never, in all the studies we've done, we've never seen people be able to change their brainwaves as quickly and as efficiently as this particular group. The scale is off the chart. So we now know that people are doing it, right? We know that they're doing it. So then my interest is, once I know that they know how to apply that formula, let's see what they can do by applying the formula to the next level. Giving them the understanding the science, build a model, and then let's put them in a situation to see then if they can master that next level. And by doing a very similar thing, but by just advancing the understanding and doing something extra. And what would the outcome would be? And as an example, wow, I healed myself of stage 4 cancer. Okay, well, if I heal myself, is it possible to heal someone else? That's a good question. And what would be the science to do that? So we've set up these opportunities for people to really practice creating a coherent field of energy in a person that's sick. And we have seen dramatic, and I mean dramatic, changes in people's health instantaneously. Because it's not matter that emits a field. When you study the science, it's the field that creates matter. If you change the field, you're going to change matter. And that just takes a change in belief, because most people think they need to change the matter, they need to change the tumor. It's not your job to change the tumor. That's matter to matter. You have to change the pattern or the information in the field. Okay,
and when I'm stuck in my anger loop, I need to use another emotion to get myself out of that. Not the analytical thinking.
Well, just ask yourself this question.
Yeah.
Who is that anger hurting?
Yeah, me and everyone around me.
Yeah, so first your body, right?
Right.
Because there's some toxicity in the long term. In short term, it's fine. But if you're caught in the rush of anger over and over again, well, you're downregulating the gene, right? And if you're thinking about the problem, check this out. You're thinking about the problem and it's creating the response of anger. You're conditioning your body to become the mind of anger. In other words, conditioning just takes a thought or an image and a feeling or an emotion. So every time you do that, you're conditioning your body to become more dependent on anger. So then if that anger downregulates genes and creates disease long term, and you're turning on that stress response just by thought alone, then your thoughts are going to make you sick.
Yeah, I agree, it's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. So then so what you have to do is you have to remember. Now, that means then you would have to apply some type of exercise or some type of skill to stop, close your eyes, work on your breathing, elevate your emotional state. Remember the feelings of your future instead of the feelings of your past. In other words, if you're creating a wonderful future and you feel the emotions of that future and you feel like you're connected to the energy of your future, the moment you get angry and frustrated, you just disconnected from the energy of your future, and now you're back to the energy of your past, and don't expect anything to change. But that's okay. It's not a bad thing. We're human, right? But you take a moment and say, what's more important, this or my future? Okay, give me a minute. It's going to take me a little bit. It may take me an hour to get past the chemicals, but let's go.
Okay.
And so people are starting to do that more and more, and the reality that they're perceiving is incidental now compared to what they're creating in their future. So they're reacting less to their environment, and they're investing more of their attention and energy into a new future.
So it's all about that future, and yet most of us live our lives in the past, and everything is based on the past, and we're all triggered on these past pieces.
Sure. I think the best way to say it is, if you're not defined by a vision of the future, you're left with the memories of the past. And people literally believe in their past more than they believe in their future. That's why they talk about their past more than they talk about their future. People romance their past. They're more in love with their past than they are in love with the future. And people who actually create amazing things in their life just were more in love with their future, and they kept it alive in their mind every day. And they, like feeding a plant or a garden, they're tending to that future every single day, and the delight that comes with it, and the excitement that comes with it, and the emotions that come with it, cause them to literally change their brain and body over time to begin to look like the future has already happened. Now think about that. If there's evidence in your brain and body by thought alone, evidence that looks like you've already experienced your future, what does that mean? It's already happened. So relax, because it's going to find you, and it's going to come in a way that you least expect. That's the beauty behind this. If you could predict it, it's nothing new. It's got to surprise you. The brain learns by mistakes and surprises. So why not be surprised by an unknown coincidence or opportunity or synchronicity? And the moment you notice what you did inside of you that produced that effect outside of you, you're going to pay attention to what you did, and you're going to do it again, and you're going to believe less that you are the victim of your life. You know, someone or something is controlling your feelings and thoughts. So all of a sudden realizing your feelings and thoughts begin to create an outcome in your life. I think that experience then causes a human being to feel empowered. They start to believe in themselves more. And I think when we believe in ourselves, I think we believe in possibility. And when we believe in possibilities, I think we really believe in ourselves. And in getting people to that point, to realize that nobody's excluded from this. You can't tell me any longer that you're too old to do this. We have brain scans of people in their 80s that will blow your mind, and they could be watching.
You can always focus on a future of yours. And by doing that, you can start healing yourself in all ways.
You can't tell me you're too sick to do this work.
Right.
I've seen super sick people with 50 brain tumors turn their life around. They have no brain tumors, 50 brain tumors.
Okay, the future.
You can't tell me that you had a turbulent past and you can't do this work. I've seen people that had the most abusive past that are the happiest people in the world.
Okay.
You can't even tell me that you've never meditated before, because many times the people who have never meditated have the most profound experience because they're not expecting anything. You can't tell me you're too overweight, you're too underweight. You can't tell me any of that. You can't tell me you're too this or too that. I've seen it in all shapes, all sizes, all colors, all ages.